Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Wake your ass up! And morning in some parts of the damn world.
Bienvenidos, bienvenidos.
It's the official Man Cave Morning afternoon show.
Today's show.
Yes. Peace and blessings.
Hello.
Happy Monday, everybody. Shout out to everybody right now watching us live on all the other platforms. But first, let me introduce the squad. To my right, the dude that gets a little rude, especially when he's in a bad mood. We call him what? Deacon Woo Woo.
Wu-Tang is for the children, Wakanda forever.
Deacon Woo Woo. And the greedy person to the left of me. Yes.
They're trying to be healthy.
The shaker, the baker, the pancake maker.
The pepper eater.
Yes, the beautiful, the talented, 1/3 of the R&B group allure. We call her Hurricane Kiss.
Clap that up.
Hello there, people.
Strong.
How are you?
Strong.
And you, sir?
I am just humbly stormed on the general. Peace and blessings.
Coquito.
Much love to you all. Hope y'all had a great weekend.
Oh
we
my
are
God.
here this Monday.
Yes, it was an awesome
Oh,
weekend.
yes, we are here.
Yes. We're surviving the weekend.
What y'all did this weekend?
Boo.
We're surviving the weekend, bro.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
Too soon.
Jeez. No, because we are.
Woo! My weekend was awesome. No need to survive. It was beautiful.
Crazy.
Crazy.
I had a DJ event yesterday.
Yes.
Happy
birthday, Ed.
60th birthday, Edward Roach. Salute. Peace and blessings.
Shout out to Trish.
No doubt. First and foremost, shout out to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube.
Yes.
Peace and blessings to everyone watching us live right now on Twitter, Periscope. Shout out to everybody watching us live on the mother site, WBKS1.com.
Bang.
Shout out to everybody listening to us live on what? The TuneIn app.
If you don't have it, go and download it.
It is free.
Such a free. The TuneIn app is worldwide. All your favorite radio stations is on the TuneIn app. And guess who's on there? BKS1 Radio and the Man Cave Morning Show. You already know, so let's clap that up.
BKS1 #1.
Yes. Shout out to everyone listening to us live, watching us live on FB. Salute, peace, and blessings. No matter what platform you are listening to us on, share it out to the world.
Yes.
Share it out. Just hit the share button. That's all it takes.
That's
One
it.
little click. That's a sign of support. All right, now let's get this thing on and popping. Let's see who's trickling in on the check-in. Shout out to Rebby D on the check-in. Tony James, filmmaker, on the check-in.
Wendy
Tony,
Chef
what's good?
Johnson.
Wendy Chef Johnson. What's up, family?
Dee Graham.
Dee Graham on the check-in.
Dawn Forte.
Yes,
Oh,
Yaya
Mama.
on the check-in.
Yeah.
What's up, Mama?
What up?
Shout out to Lisa Diane Hall. Shout out to D Mac on the check-in. Paul Joseph Williams on the check-in. Raymond Rivers on the check-in. Ray, what's good, man? Tracy Napoleon, Naya on the check-in.
Hey, Nye.
Carolyn Sutton on the check-in. Mario Williams on the check-in. Shout out to Robert Graham. DT. Billy. Shake Lewis on the check-in. Welcome. Peace and blessings. Let's give him some claps and applause.
Hey, have you heard from, oh my gosh, Danielle? How Danielle's doing?
Spencer?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I gotta hit up Blue and see if he knows.
Yeah, the last update I heard though from her
That she
mom
was
put out there
recovering.
that she was doing better.
Yeah.
That's the last update I heard on
Definitely
Danielle
thinking about her
Spencer.
heavy.
We wish you well.
Yes.
Please, speedy recovery.
Sending prayers, love, and light.
Yes. Interesting weekend, as you know. The topic of discussion, besides the whack Cowboys winning,
F them boys.
sorry, Tracy.
Cowboys girl.
Was of course R. Kelly.
Yes.
That's been the topic of discussion.
Yes.
Spawned into many other topics.
Of course.
Right? So, you know, the hashtag mute R. Kelly is going around. You know about that. I actually, as a DJ, I deleted my R. Kelly music file. I actually did. I just deleted it. I'm like, because I'm not playing it no more. I'm not rocking it no more. And I think the main reason, because we know a lot of, let's keep it 300. We're going to have some real talk today. We know a lot of entertainers that have done some crazy things, you know, some crazy things.
Yes.
Which is why our topic today is, what's the new criminal criteria to stop supporting celebrities? What's the new criminal criteria to stop supporting celebrities? In your book, you know, and it's like, let's think about it. We know a lot of rappers used to be in the drug world, right? Former drug dealers, whatever. We still rock out with them because, I mean, this country was built on second chances. I get it.
Right.
I think the main thing with R. Kelly, and correct me if I'm wrong, when nobody trying to rock with him, we don't rock with pedophiles.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely a criteria. Pedophilia.
Yeah, pedophilia. That's definitely on the number one list. And then let's talk about Bill Cosby. He's sitting in prison now. But do we still watch the Cosby Show? And do we still support that?
Serial rapists, serial drugging chicks when they unconscious, cannot get the consent because they're not conscious to get the consent. See ya.
So no more watching the Cosby Show. You not? No? Are we done? Are we done with the Cosby Show? Because, you know, we got to talk about this criteria. Hold on. We got a call already. Caller from the 201. Welcome to the show. You're on the official Man Cave morning / afternoon show. What's up?
Peace and blessings, family. How y'all doing? Happy New Year to you. This is Tony James. What's going on?
Happy New Year. Welcome to the show. What up? Welcome to the show.
Everybody's feeling blessed and highly favored this morning.
No doubt.
Speak on it, Tone.
Talk to us, man. What's on your mind?
You know, this topic that y'all got is so broad, so faceted. You know, with R. Kelly, me being born on the same day as R. Kelly and knowing all that he did previously before the documentary came out, I kind of messed up my catalog and got rid of it. But not only that, you know, when we were just talking, when you guys was talking about Bill Cosby, you know, when I reflect on Bill, it's a little bit more deeper. And the reason why I say that, because with R. Kelly, it was more prevalent in our face.
Right.
A lot of the things that was going on with Bill, you know, Cosby, it's one thing when you have a situation where, you know, we're looking at a time during the 70s and the early 80s where these people were going to the Playboy Mansion and going to those places where most entertainers, you know, flocked. And I'm sure Bill Cosby wasn't the only one that was at a place like the Playboy Mansion. And, you know, we all hear about, you know, him trying to reestablish Channel 4, and there was a conspiracy about that and things of that nature.
Right.
The difference between Bill and, as I said before, with R. Kelly has been doing what he's been doing since Aaliyah, and then on and then on and then on. And you would have thought he would have caught the message when they first broadcast what he was doing with Aaliyah, but he kept doing it.
Right.
With Bill, it was more behind the scenes, and I'm not condoning it. But at the same token, I can't throw him under the bus like I throw R. Kelly under the bus, because R. Kelly is not just under the bus; he's the bus driver. He's picking up the kids.
Gassing it up.
Yeah. If I'm dealing with just looking at all entertainers, and how we dealing with the music business, I don't even listen to radio anymore because all the hip hop artists are promoting gang violence. They're promoting, you know, just utilizing their platforms for the most negative and derogative things that they can use their platforms for.
Right.
And we know the machine is sensationalizing that, because here in the black community, those things as far as drug use, those things as far as gang violence, black on black crime, they exacerbate that because they're trying to, you know, kill us as a society.
Right, right.
So when it comes down to music, like as I said before, I really don't condone damn near 80% of the music industry that is of today. So if we're going to start pointing fingers at R. Kelly, let's not just look at R. Kelly's catalog, but let's look at everybody's catalog that we're turning on and turning up to, as they say, and really pay attention.
So Tony, hold on. We got another caller. Hold on, Tony. Caller from the 90. Caller from the 908. State your name where you calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show. What's up? All right, just call back. Call back. To your point, Tony. Let me tell you what I experienced yesterday. So, on a post yesterday on Instagram, I had said how I deleted my music folder. You know, and as a DJ doing gigs, I deleted it. And I know "Step in the Name of Love" is one of the most requested songs. "Backyard Party," one of the most requested songs when it comes to R. Kelly. I deleted my folder. So when I said that, somebody came at me hard. I was like, well, if you're going to delete R. Kelly, you might as well delete Quincy Jones. You might as well delete Sam Cooke. You might as well delete blah. And they had this whole list of names for me. And I was like, whoa. The difference between those, and I'm not sure where they're going at with Quincy, and I heard about Sam Cooke, whatever, but we had a blatant videotape put in our face with this dude peeing on a minor, on a child.
Indeed.
And we saw it, and we knew it was him. We knew it was, so it was no disputing that. So it wasn't like maybe he didn't do it. He did do it. Bottom line,
right?
So bottom line, you get put right in that category. You a pedophile.
Indeed.
You a pedophile.
Indeed.
Nobody rocks with pedophiles. Go ahead.
At all. And that's the reason why I started off bringing the comparison of Bill Cosby as opposed to R. Kelly. Because when you have a situation, now let's take Bill Cosby. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I remember when Bill Cosby was on PBS and on CBS and was trying to get Black History Month, not just on a monthly basis, but on a yearly basis, where he had programming that was educating our people. Now, whatever he did secretly, it wasn't blatantly in our face. Now, let's take Al Green, for example. There's a hearsay thing where Al Green was supposed to have been dealing with a woman, and she was underage, and she winds up killing herself. She was the woman that they say the quote-unquote throw the grits on the man.
Right.
She was that throw the grits on the man. She went into his bathroom and killed herself. She was supposed to be underage. Now, was that in our face? No, it wasn't.
Right.
So I even go as far as some of the pastors. We know they molested kids. We don't know who they are. Right. And I even challenge some of the people that would say, well, this pastor, all right, so if you know that pastor, why don't you say that pastor's name?
And see, the crazy thing about it, and I hate to say this, and this is a whole nother conversation, and I'm going to turn it over to the other co-host because we got to move on. But the crazy thing about it, though, bro, it's like I've seen, without me saying names, I've seen some pastors get a 15-year-old, 14-year-old pregnant, right? And then go to their congregation because somebody in the congregation found out and they exposed it. They go to their congregation, get up on the pulpit and say, I have sinned, forgive me. And they cry and they boo-hoo and they boo-hoo and then all is forgiven in the name of the Lord. But here's my thing, and again, I know you're about to be like, Norm, you going into another topic.
No, I'm not. I'm about to.
But my whole thing is, if this standard is good for one person, why not? Why isn't it good across the board? Why?
Because we as Black people, we love our heroes that we can't keep them accountable for their actions, whether it be the pulpit, whether it be music, whether it be filming, whether it be sports. We don't hold them accountable when they do it. And we'll wait till a certain time, and then when they get caught doing it excessively, like R. Kelly, then we do the I knew it, start pointing the fingers and things of that sort. So we need to start pointing the fingers at us as a community when we see these guys that are doing this pedophilia and nipping in the bud when it happens. Just like I made a statement, and I'm gonna try to wrap it up. My father was 28 years old. My mother was 19. when they had me.
Right.
So this is not just something. I work in child care services. I work, to try to get these young men back into society the way they need to be in society. Sex offenders, et cetera, et cetera. So this is my crusade because I come from that. I come from that.
And real quick,
it wasn't right for my father, and it ain't right for anybody else who does it.
Real quick before we let you go, so the question is, what's the new criminal criteria to stop supporting celebrities? What's something on your list? We already said pedophilia. What's another thing to add to the list of why you would
gang
stop
violence,
supporting?
of course.
Gang violence.
Gang, black on black crime.
Okay.
Women, and I hate to say it, Queen, you're gonna have to pardon me for this, but women who are misusing the Me Too movement.
I agree with
that. They need to be held accountable for locking young black men up if they are, saying that they did a crime that they didn't commit.
I agree.
Anyone who said that this person touched me or raped me, if they have any narcissistic tendencies and they are putting people in jail, they need to be held accountable for their actions. I don't care whether or not you're an entertainer or not. You need to be held accountable. And last but not least, any person that is on stage doing lewd acts, whether female or male, need to be held accountable. And that goes for the Nicki Minaj's, that goes for all of them. They need to be held accountable for sending these suggestive imageries to these young kids. So that's my list right there.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for calling into the show, man. We appreciate it.
Love y'all, man.
No doubt. One love. Whoa. Before we go to the comments, shout out to everybody leaving comments. Again, you can call in. The phone line is open. It's 646-233-1302. What's up?
Very profitable conversation.
Right.
Number one.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was blatant and in our face. It was blatant 15, 20 years ago when he pissed on the young lady. It was blatant when I said I wasn't going to watch the video, but I watched it. And I said, I'm not going to watch this, but yet I did. So when you're talking about what type of standard we need to set, first I think that we need to question ourselves. I need to question myself. Because like Kiss was telling me, Boondocks was 15 years ago. 15 years ago when we were talking about that case.
Right.
And it was deplorable, and there was a firestorm, it was a media storm, this, and that, and the other. And I still listen to his music. I'm talking about me now. So this criteria that you need to see it in your face, so what? The Catholic Church still exists. The Charismatic Church still exists. If you look at sexual impropriety,
call up from the 904. Hold on one second.
If you look at sexual impropriety in the church, people will scream you down all day, every day, talking about don't touch my prophet. So it's in our face. So what? What I will say is that we are at a watershed moment where things are changing. For instance, in Two Wits, rape culture, which I never heard of before. I bet you I've heard of it now. I bet you my entire life I thought a certain way about the way I interact with women. And today I don't. So what I'm saying is, as a culture, we should evolve into, we could get into what's the criteria, what's the this, what's the that. Certain things are no longer unacceptable. My daughter just chastised me yesterday about a term I use that I've been using my entire life.
What's that?
I don't want to say it. It's the F word.
You don't want
the F word.
You said the F word?
I said the F word. And my daughter said, go ahead.
Yeah, hold that, because I want to know about the F word, bro. Why you say the F word? We're going to come back to that. Caller for the 904. State your name, where you calling from. You on the Man Cave Morning Show. What's up? Caller, 904.
I think somebody butt dialed us.
904. Going once.
Hey, what's up? Hey, how y'all doing today? What's up, Norm?
Hey, what's up, man?
Here.
What's going on?
Hey, what's the difference between R. Kelly and I'm quite sure you haven't had underage girls up in the Playboy Mansion. Alright? Nobody goes off about that. But my thing is about R. Kelly, just as much as he's in the wrong, everybody's in the wrong on that. These girls, at what age do you know right from wrong? You know this, right? At what? 10, 11, 12, you should know right from wrong. The parents, where's the parents? If you know your child is with a grown man, Where is the parent stepping in? All right? That's child endangerment on everybody's behalf, from R. Kelly down to the kid's parents.
So I mean, with that being said, though, Paul, I mean, like, so what is it that will make you yourself stop supporting a celebrity?
Obviously, any type of crime, and degrading our race. When we sit there and call each other the N-words, and we sit there and just act foolish on stage, I can't rock with you.
You just deleted 90% of the entertainment industry.
When it comes to us, of course.
No music for you.
No music for you at all.
For you. At all.
And while I would agree with Joe, I think that en masse that's not the case, because certainly we know how misogynistic hip hop is. If you want to talk about you want to not support a person for criminal activity, you know how we glorify murder and drug dealing in our culture and in our music. I mean, it's just the fact. You know how we degrade women. Our reality shows are based upon us degrading ourselves, and we say it's comedy. We say it's this. So we can say that this is what we'll do, but these things exist. The aspect of the hip hop community that does that I grew up on exist. Reality shows make a whole lot of money. If people wasn't watching, so we can all sit on our high horse, me included, and say, well, I wasn't this, I wasn't that, but I can't tell. I can't tell. When it comes to us as a race of people, if you want to go to white people, we'll talk about that at another. When it comes to us, that is simply what we do, and we defend it. We defend our right to debase ourselves. That's what we do. Tell me I'm lying.
No doubt. Caller from the 336. State your name, where you calling from. You on the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show. What's up? Caller from the 336. Okay. Going once, going twice. Thanks, Paul, for calling in. We appreciate
Respect,
you.
Joey. Love you.
Caller from the 404. State your name, where you calling from. You on the Man Cave Morning Show. What's up?
What's up? It's D from Dunwoody. What's going on, guys?
D from Dunwoody. I like that. D from Dunwoody.
What's up?
What's going on? Well, I just want to say I watched as much of it as I could, of the documentary as I could. Honestly, I did. But it was too many triggers for me. Too many damn triggers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I couldn't watch it all. But I had some serious questions for some of the parents.
Okay.
Who in their right mind gives a grown-ass man that much access to their child?
True indeed.
It was ridiculous to me. Like, some of the people, and then some of the grown women, like, I'm not blaming them. God knows I'm not, because I know their struggle, and I believe every last one of them. I believe I sat and I cried like a big old baby.
Yes, man.
And I believe them.
Yes,
but I feel like a lot of them put themselves, they walked into it. And it's like some of this could have been avoided had y'all. And then some of the women said, "Oh, I had known this, or I had heard about this, but it was R. Kelly. I don't care."
But you know what? I'm gonna have to come to their defense. You know what I'm saying? Because one, we all knew.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Hold on one second. I'll let you finish your point. We all knew he was a creep once that video hit, right? So we saw it blatantly. We actually saw it. So what? It wasn't hearsay. It wasn't this, that, whatever like that.
We saw it.
He duped all of us.
We saw it
because even after that, let's be honest, we still was rocking out to his music, whatever. Some people were still going to the concerts, whatever the case may be. He kind of duped all of us. Like, we saw that one thing, and at that time period, it was a whole different environment. This is before the Me Too movement, before a lot of these women, these sexual assault movements, and all of that, right? So any young person that was fascinated with R. Kelly, you know, that walked into his realm, this predator's realm, okay, you can't really blame them because they're so, you know, fanatic. Fan means fanatic, right? Think about it. The word fan comes from the word fanatic. So fanatical behavior is easy to be manipulated. So hear me when I say this. Fanatical behavior is easy to be manipulated, and especially by a predator like R. Kelly.
Yeah, he's a predator.
He was able to take advantage of a lot of these people. So when we say you know, they knew what they doing. They knew right from wrong, or whatever like that. How many times we messed up? We know right from wrong, but we still stole that extra piece of chicken. We know right from wrong, but we still cheated.
I wasn't saying that they.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying. I wasn't like saying it in that manner, like where it's Derek's fault. But I'm saying like some of it could have been avoided if we. I mean, as a people, because I've been to an R. Kelly concert, and trust me, it's a good show. It's a great damn show, you know. But at the same time, like, I never, because of what I heard, it made me nervous because I had the opportunity to get VIP passes, go backstage and all that stuff. I'm sure he would have been interested in my little round, but still, you know, it's just the thought of, you know, the show going beyond entertainment and what could possibly happen. I heard horror stories of friends going backstage getting used or trying to get next to the artist and end up sleeping with the bouncer or the assistant or some of that stuff. And like, it made me nervous, so I never did it.
Right.
But we all put ourselves in a situation where we've gotten hurt, and nobody deserves to be hurt. Right. Like he hurt those ladies. Nobody deserves that. Whether they walked into it, eyes wide open or not, they didn't deserve that. Right. Point blank, plain and simple, and he is gross for that. And
absolutely.
I just, you know, to me, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's like it's just more than him to blame because, like, I mean, people sat and watched this stuff for years. And they saw it, but because they were living a lifestyle that was conducive to what R. Kelly was paying them, they didn't want to go tattletale when they should have been putting their foot on his throat.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the people that say they watched him bring these women into the house, how these women had to pound on the floor to go pee. I'm sorry. Whoa.
So, okay, with that being said, and getting back on topic, with that being said, so you're no longer in support of R. Kelly's music? No, I mean, I cannot consciously buy. I'm not deleting all my own music, but I'm not going to consciously buy any new, anything. I'm not supporting him from this day forward. I wouldn't. Well, look, like, he ain't making no more new music. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. R. Kelly done. He's done. Hey, we going to be making music from prison. I mean, we probably won't get to hear it, but his cellmate might. I don't know. Yeah, R. Kelly is done, but here's my thing. So you say I'm not deleting none of the old music. Why not? Right. I'm curious. I mean, I already paid for it. I'm sorry. Okay. I already paid for it. I mean, it's just like me going out buying Nikes and going, I'm burning my Nike. No. Okay. You know, I won't buy any new ones. Okay. And I'm not supporting anything this day for, but I already paid for it. I'm sorry. My 99 cents. His voice disgusts me now. His voice disgusts me now. We was looking at a video clip this morning of him singing to some Ethiopian. I can't even watch him today. I seen that clip. I was straight there because I don't want to like nothing that he do after I seen that. I can't do it.
But it's almost like well we'll go to the comments after we finish. Right.
I know it's probably a double-sided cord where I say I'm not going to support it, but I can't watch anything new. But I'm not going to listen to my old. I'm not going to delete something I already paid for. But the likelihood of me listening to it anytime soon is probably next to nil. And that's just my honest opinion. And I don't know. It's just, if I may. But thanks, Steve, for calling. I had a lot to say, but I can't. But thanks anyway for listening, because I have a lot to say, but I just can't. I can't. Feel free to call back.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. If I may, what was Satan's job before he became Satan?
Musician.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the architect that some people feel is the key to all evil in the world was a musician. Correct, right? So this idea that is pleasing to our ear is not a new idea. This idea that we can be misled by people manipulating our feelings is not a new idea. Number one. Number two, there are thousands of women across this country, dare I say millions of women across this country, who have been molested, abused, raped, that support R. Kelly. There are millions of women that run to his defense. There are millions of people that say, okay, I'm not judging nobody, but I need to put this out there. There are millions of women who have been victimized, but still wave the flag of a victimizer. Black people en masse kind of do that with how forgiving we are and how we constantly want the approval of people that abuse us and do wrong things to us. There are entire industries based on us demeaning ourselves. So last thing, if I'm wearing a pair of sneakers that Hitler made, Could I go to a Jewish brother and sister and say, well, listen, I already brought it. So though the Holocaust was bad, though I don't support it, you would be laughed out of. You will be summarily dismissed. So I know we got a call. So what is it about us that when we are hurt and that when we are victimized, we still refuse to let go of the person that victimizes us and perpetuate it? And when and all of us saw that tape, me included. After I saw that tape, my head bounced. And I would go online and be like, oh my God, should I listen to this? Should I listen to that? So now a big corporation,
caller from the 336.
Big corporation says, ooh, here's the documentary. And now I'm saying delete the music? I question myself first before I start pointing fingers and all this other, how we get diverted and stuff. We have to question ourselves and look back and use it as a teaching moment to say why, in spite of what all of us already knew, we support it. Caller.
Tunde, caller from the 336. What's up?
This is Candy Walker, and a lot of people are not going to want to hear what I got to say because I'm going to give it to you all.
Go ahead.
Okay? As a person that survived molestation, first of all, one, you're not going to tell because the shame comes from you. Of you being ashamed of yourself for letting that happen. That's number one. And that can go years and years and years, and it pours into different relationships. Okay? Now, what I say that people are going to be offended by what I say is, if y'all believe in R. Kelly so fucking much, pack your daughter's shit up and take her to his house and leave her there. Okay? If you're not willing to leave your child there, then something is clearly wrong here. I'm not keeping none of his damn albums. I'm not keeping anything that's associated with a predator. So if you're not looking at him like a predator, think of your old-ass uncle in the family that used to get fresh with you. Would you trust your daughter in his care? Hell no. You can't. I don't give about the art, the artistry, who the fuck he is, and everything like that. He is a predator that has sex with minors. And we've been so desensitized to seeing things like that, that even females are siding with his ass because of his music.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay, and I don't blame all females. Some of the females I don't blame because if they psychologically fucked up from a childhood, they're going to see that this is okay and this is a part of life. They've been desensitized because somebody's been taking advantage of their ass. Okay? So, no, it's not a big deal when you're doing that. For being a survivor of that, I cannot believe that sisters are willing to still go buy his tickets, keep his fucking music, and even if I'm no pun intended, but if you're going to keep his old music and play it for your kids and play it for your family, but what you're saying to them is, I'm okay with what he did. I'm condoning and investing in a predator. Okay?
So
okay, whether you want it raw or not, I'm giving it to you raw. You're investing in a predator, and if you believe in him so much, take your daughter to his house, and leave her ass there. If you ain't willing to do that, get off of R. Kelly ass. When I say get off his ass, meaning that you riding for him, because you're not riding him where you gonna trust him with your child. If you ain't willing to do all that, shut the fuck up.
No doubt.
And let these people that have been molested have their way with him. Okay?
Right.
Because my thing is, it's the parent this man peed on a 14-year-old. I cannot get past that shit.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't care if she was fast. She had no business being there and everything. He's the adult, and it was a bunch of adults around that should have said, no, shorty, take your ass home. You're a little bit too young to be with this crowd. Nobody was saying that.
Yeah.
Okay? I blame everyone. I'm blaming us as a society because we let the girls down.
That's
and if we continue to support his ass, we are letting our females down. I don't care about don't bring Bill Cosby into it because he's been prosecuted. His ass is in jail. We're trying to prosecute R. Kelly right now. One down, one to go. Okay?
And you know what? And you know what? I'm rocking with you on that. And with that being said, even the question that we pose in the day. So what is the criteria for you, yourself? The criteria for you, yourself, where you'll stop supporting a celebrity? We know pedophilia is right up there, number one. We know that.
Right. Okay, I will stop recording a celebrity if I feel like I'm partaking in investing in the demise of young women. If I go out and I buy his fucking album, I'm putting him in a position where he's wealthy and he can buy another black girl through me. Let's break it all the way down. We are supporting and investing in him to be an even bigger predator than what he is right now.
Right.
And all it takes is money. And we keep buying his products and soliciting his sales and everything like that. We're paying for the setup.
So let me
You might
ask
as well go, you might as well go to the room. You might as well go out and get a room for R. Kelly and take a young girl there, because that's exactly what you're doing when you're paying for his stuff.
So let me ask you this, Tammy, and the rest of the listeners. So now there's been a spike in sales of his music since the documentary aired. Why do you think that is, though?
Because we've been desensitized to things happening to the brown and black women. We have no value in society. That's why. They say, I don't care about what he did and everything like that. I'm still going to go buy his album. He fucked my child. Excuse my mouth, but I'm a little pissed off. He fucked my kid, so I'm going to go buy his album. Because it's not relatable to them. Okay? They can't relate to that. But you're going to go out and invest in a predator. If you're going to do that, go to the prison and find out where the pedophiles is and leave some money on their damn books. Because that's what you're doing.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. No, you kept it 300. And I appreciate that.
Love y'all. Love y'all, just a little tip. Thank y'all for listening. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, kids.
Appreciate you, Mama.
All right, Tammy, we love you.
If I may,
yes.
When it comes to, we got another caller.
Go ahead. We got some comments to read. There's a lot of comments.
I know, but if I may, love you, Tammy. Number one, when you're talking about support, there is pedophilia in our families, and that's been okay. There are pedophiles in our family that abuse more than one person. So there are people in our family that we know do this, but yet somehow they manage to get hold of another victim. If you look at the Kelly family, the oldest sister abused all of the brothers. A lot of times when the child comes to the parent, sometimes the parent doesn't believe the child. Sometimes the parent says, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I need to, your brother would never do this. Your man, I need to keep my man this and other." And the abuse continues, and then the person that gets abused, goes and does it again. This is America. Okay, you want to talk about support? You want to talk about support? There are children in internment camps right now. You will not support America? Like, I know you're going to say don't get off the topic and we got to go, and I understand that, but it is incumbent upon all of us to answer the question when we say, what would you support? Because the argument is always it's just entertainment. You're being judgmental. You're being this, you're being that. And of course, pedophilia is damnable, but so is twerking, and so is killing people, and so is, we support point blank, all of us. Point blank. Last thing, do we not victim shame? How come every time somebody commit a crime, what was you doing there? What kind of dress you had on? Your ass is fast. Look. Then we gonna start having arguments about age of consent and when can a child this. No, we want to start talking about the responsibility that the child has on one hand, but then say on the other hand you need to be 18 or 21, as though we don't recognize that children are unable to make decisions. So a lot of times we attack the victim and stuff like that. It's foul.
So Woo, and listen, Kiss, you ready to read some comments?
Yes.
So let me ask you this, bro. And see, my whole thing is, sometimes we got to be honest with ourselves, that we can be hypocritical, and I'm gonna tell you why. Right? Just with your passionate argument right there, right? And we've argued passionately on this show.
Yeah, we always argue about this.
Michael Jackson, bro. We go back to that. We go back to that. We love Michael Jackson. There's that thing that we fight and we tell ourselves, like, man, that Mike was set up. He didn't do whatever. He didn't do. What if he did? And see, this is my thing. I didn't delete his folder.
Right.
Am I a hypocrite?
Right.
I didn't.
And am I?
I played his music.
And are you? Huh? And are the people that are listening to us?
I played his music last night. Everybody was out on that floor playing Butterflies and this. I'm playing that. I'm playing that. So my thing is, and then the thing that we say is, okay, well, he's never been convicted. Well, neither has R. Kelly, but we've seen the tape.
Right, but we never really saw anything in our faces.
Nothing
with
concrete.
Michael to say, oh my God, he absolutely did that.
But in the public eye, he's been convicted publicly by public perception. You know, he's been convicted. And see, this is my thing. With R. Kelly, like, we know, like, I can't even I really can't listen to dude. You know, like he's a predator, he's a pedophile, whatever. I think about my nieces and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, so he's done in my book. But Mike, MJ, we said, nah, set up. They're lying. I'm just saying, what if they weren't? And you know, for this time, we still rocking with him.
I think that it's not wrong to be called a hypocrite. I think it's wrong to stay a hypocrite. I think that the point of this platform and of this show is for us all to begin to examine. Listen, excuse me. You're going to say, again, it's off the subject. You know, I'm black and have been victimized by an incredibly murderous Holocaust. And I sit in a country that is built upon the blood of my ancestors, right? And it hasn't been addressed. So what I'm saying is, this is not it's no new phenomenon. Human beings are selfish and only care about what they think applies to them. So if you look at the Jewish Holocaust, never forget. If you look at the Black Holocaust, you're making excuses. If you look at victim shaming in this culture, if you look at how bereft we are of heroes, why do you think black people hold on to damaged stars and people that mean us no good? Why do you think we're so quick to forgive? Why do you think we make excuses? Why do you think we go to church and know that the pastor's abusing the child, and we still go to church and go, Jesus is gonna fix it, Jesus is gonna fix it? Why is that? I'm asking.
You just said it. Jesus is about what? Love and forgiveness.
Yep.
Love and forgiveness. So listen, if you brought up like that, if you raised like that, right?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Like that's my philosophy. Like I was always taught to forgive. Me and you fight, we beef about something, but we realize we friends. You know what? Regardless, Kiss, you took my last piece of chicken. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna forgive you. You know, people cheat on each other. You know, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Blah blah blah. I love you. Yeah, I love you too. Let's work it out, right? So, forgiveness and second chances. I mean, that's life, period. All right, and people make mistakes. Now, something like pedophilia, can't rock with that. Sorry, you got to burn.
And I think
you got to burn something like, and real quick, and something, you know, and then okay, so now somebody touching you behind, right? You can't. That's wrong too. Right, somebody coming grabbing your behind or whatever like that, you know, stuff we used to do as kids with girls and whatever like that. That's wrong too, but you can't equate that to pedophilia. So that's easily forgiven. You know, we can gloss over that a little bit, little something. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing, bro, is like, where do we draw the line to say like, okay, they did this, we shouldn't be rocking with them no more. Corporations should shut them down. Radio should shut them down. Television should shut them down. Whatever. Where do we draw the line? You know, like at what? So half the rap world, drug dealers.
Right.
Half the athletic world. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this. I'm sorry. Football players we love and our teams that we love. Domestic violence runs rampant. Domestic violence runs rampant through the NFL
and police departments as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Everywhere.
But so
still gotta have police, right?
Yeah. So we do as a people have a forgiving nature. So if you're still watching the Cowboys, whatever, and your quarterback just beat up his wife badly or whatever, and so on and so forth, you just as wrong too. You feeding into it, right?
I think that the word forgiveness is hollow if you offer forgiveness and you are abused again. I think that predators and the evil amongst us use this quote-unquote term forgiveness to continue to abuse, manipulate, and kill, steal, and destroy. I think they do it in religion. I think they do it in politics. I think they do it in entertainment. I think that evil people use concepts to continue to perpetuate evil. And I think we are brainwashed into thinking, because I stand up righteously and say no more, and I'm angry about the fact that you abused me, that I allow a person to say that's not loving, that's not forgiving. I think that as adults, we have to mature into taking responsibility for what the hell is going on in our lives and in our country. Not God above, the devil below, the scriptures, your religious, whatever you want to do.
Right.
Our children are suffering while we debate over what and forgive it. Look, check this out. Check this out. If your child comes to you and says, this happened to you, this happened to me, Dad, 10 years ago. Trust me, you're not going to say, what type of skirt did you have on?
Right.
Trust me, you're not going to say, are you an opportunist? Trust me, you're not going to say, you just a fast ass.
Right.
And when your child comes to you 20 years after, you going for bear. The issue is we don't care about anyone else's child. That's why the shit continues.
Yeah.
That's why we attack the victim.
Well,
that's why we always trying to find excuses for letting this stuff to keep happening.
Well, here's the thing. Let's read some comments, and then shout out to Mr. David Bowles. What's up, Mr. Bowles? On the check-in.
See where we can start from.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start here. Hey, Lucky. He said we forgave Christianity. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I mean, no disrespect to anyone's religious beliefs, but we are so willing to forget things done to us. Our culture just to allow the illusions. We love to live and to continue to exist.
Agree. Who said that?
Walter Lucky.
Lucky. What up?
Yeah.
Agree.
What else? Dee Graham said, I'm not listening to this guy at all. I've never bought any of his music. We all have choices. Well, I choose not to listen to it.
Right.
Even if I bought it, I would have got rid of it.
Yep.
Nikki Raspberry said, I bought one album. I don't even know the name of it. That's how much I keep up with R. Kelly. I don't support him with all his stuff he's done. Shaking my head.
Right.
Then we have another comment over here. Hey T, my brother said, because you can't go on what ifs. He said, if we shun celebrities every time someone cries wolf, then the entertainment will cease to exist.
Yes.
You know that's not going to happen. Let me keep going. Everybody just saying shout out to Tammy for speaking her realness.
Respect.
Phyllis Woodbury said even R. Kelly's camp is whack for co-signing his BS.
It's another story.
Oh, there was another
story.
Yeah, there was another comment that I had wanted to read before. It's way up here. I think it was by Reeve. She said something that I agreed with. Dang it. She was basically saying like,
what?
Obviously that he's sick. You know what I mean? And it's the fact of the arrogance that he carries behind it.
Yes.
Because he's gotten away with so much.
And
you know
has
what I mean?
said as much.
Right. And even I was even sitting there like when I was watching it last night with my daughter and her best friend, and I'm sitting there and Ori said something. She was like, dang. She was like, when this was happening, my daughter was a baby, and she was like, I gotta stop listening to The Storm Is Over. And me and Mina just sat there and laughed, and and Amir was like, okay, and right. Because and our thing is that sometimes we hear something, we can hear a song that we can relate to, right? Like all his good songs, his spiritual songs that have all the positive messages that people were like, oh, well maybe, and then you start thinking, well, what if maybe he's just he's trying to get through it, or maybe he's trying to be better, or maybe he wrote this because he was in a moment of of weakness, so to speak, to say like, damn, like I'm doing wrong, let me do this.
See,
and at the same time, the issue is that a lot of people cannot separate the person from the artist, and with me there's no damn difference. You get what I'm saying? Like, just because you wrote I Believe I Can Fly and The Storm Is Over and I Wish and all the songs dedicated to his mother and the song with Celine Dion, I'm Your Angel, as profound as those lyrics were and as sweet as they were, it's like you talking all that, but you still going to your shows and summoning kids and all that stuff, and it's like, and the parents don't, and it's like you can't even question the parents no more, because even when I was watching it, like the two parents towards the end, I don't know if you saw that part. There was this woman, her husband, saying how her daughter wanted to be she was an aspiring singer, whatever. They went to a show and he picked her out the audience, whatever the case is, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, we were waiting for her, and they went towards the back, but they exited out to the back. First of all, what? Like, after all this, then they're gonna say, something about, oh, well, the allegations, whatever, but it didn't mean anything to us because, he wasn't found guilty. So we really couldn't really go by that. How the hell you can't go by that when there was actual proof of this man on tape urinating on a young child, and you still let your daughter go back there? Then you're gonna wonder why, oh, she disappeared with him, and now you can't find her because he got her in hotels with all these other girls. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, at the end of the day, this the same person. You get what I'm saying? You have to separate it. And with Michael Jackson, and it's like I saw a couple people saying, oh, we can't talk about this person and bring this. We have to, because with Bill Cosby, to me, and and I'm a female who was blatantly disrespected when I was a child. I'm not gonna get into detail, whatever the case is, but I have my story too. But at the same time, we never really saw anything. You know, we heard the conversations, we heard the allegations with Michael. Never really saw tapes, never really saw whatever. And so to everybody, it was like, oh, everybody was after his money, trying to taint his, you know, his career and his character, whatever. Now with Bill Cosby, we're talking about a grown man who was in a situation with grown women back in the day when, like we said, drugs were prevalent, sex was a thing. You go to a club, you get both. You know what I mean? So at the same time, it's like, okay, it's not about defending or not defending. It's like, if one's gonna get punished, then whoever else is doing something that is completely disgusting and wrong. And this man has been since 2001. Okay, and it's not just a little girl. The tape's been going out there with all these other women.
Is it more? This question I asked to everybody: is it more forgivable when it's not involving children?
No, it's even more disgusting when it's with a child.
Is it more forgivable when it's not involving children?
So in other words, he victimized an adult, right? So
wrong is wrong.
But you know what? You know what, ho? You know what you wearing? You know you fat. You see? You know you knew what you was doing. How come you was in the room? Blah blah blah. A criminal commits a crime against you, and immediately we jump to not addressing the crime that was committed, but the person that was victimized by it. If I make a mistake, does that mean because I made a mistake, it's all right to commit crimes against me?
Okay.
Fast ass woman, you hoe you.
So let me flip it. Let's take it out. Let's take it off the sex realm, right? Here's the question. We're gonna have real talk. All right. So hypothetically, sorry, Jay, I gotta throw you in there because you professed that you used to sell drugs and whatever. All right. So Jay-Z, right? If Jay-Z was selling drugs, so he sells this female over here some crack, or this dude over here some crack, or whatever the case may be, or cocaine, or whatever the case may be. They overdose, they die. We hear about it years later that, my daughter died, or my son died off some crack that Jay-Z sold him like 25 years ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he's out there right now. He changed his life around. He's doing positive things.
Right.
He's helping rebuild the water systems in Africa.
Yeah.
He's doing some great things. He's doing some great things. Now, do we look at that? Do we look at that different?
I absolutely
do. We look at that part of his past differently?
I absolutely do. You know why I do? R. Kelly is still in this mindset today.
Yeah.
The only way R. Kelly will be stopped if we put him in prison. R. Kelly, me and Norm was talking about this. R. Kelly gonna get on a plane to Dubai.
Yes.
And the Sheik, is gonna pay money while the Sheik pays for a woman to defecate on him.
He gonna make money. Yes,
bruh.
Overseas.
Overseas,
he's gonna make money.
They're gonna and provide him.
Right.
So the only way R. Kelly is going to stop. Did Jay-Z stop himself? Turn his life around, pay penance, and say, "Listen, this is what I did." And did Kevin Hart apologize? But I'm not there now. I'm trying to make a change. This sickness that this person has will never be stopped unless we stop him. That's number one. Number two, I'm sorry, I gotta give a shout out to my daughter. When we were discussing this yesterday, I'm an emotional person, so instead of me being angry at people for saying, because this is me, because I'm judgmental, now you want to throw the music out? You ain't see that shit 20 years ago? Dad, the issue here, Dad, is that it has stopped. So whatever the universe lined it up, right, for this things to happen, I applaud the country to say, for right now, we're going to stop it. Not to say, how come you didn't stop it? Because I'm the type of person, I'm Mr. Superior, judgmental. Yo, Dad, you know what my daughter told me? You know what my daughter told me? I taught you about rape culture, Dad. So when I used to scream and yell at you, and you used to scream and yell back, when you used to defend rape culture, until you came to an understanding of what was going on, and you listened to me because I was your daughter, perhaps I should listen to women. Perhaps I should listen to the victims. Perhaps I should start to say, wait a minute, hold on. I've seen in my own personal life that I missed the mark. So I need to know, why did I miss the mark? And how moving forward, like when to answer Norm's question, how can I accurately see what's going on and put a stop to it instead of finger pointing and blaming and blaming and blaming?
See a big part of this, right? And again, all right, just because Wu makes a certain statement, or Kiss, or myself, or whatever like that, nobody on this panel sympathizes with dude, right?
Oh,
At all.
So you know, like y'all can miss us with that.
Yeah, please.
Because I know how I feel about, bruh. Yeah, Mr. Kelly. But
he should be voted off the island.
Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because God forbid if that was one of my family members.
Thank God it's not.
I'd be under the jail.
This
We'd
podcast,
be under the jail.
This podcast will be at Rikers.
Because all three of us.
But that's the crazy part.
Absolutely.
You heard what you just said, right? That's the crazy part. If, God forbid, one of our children, and I say God forbid heavy, because I had a situation where I trusted people and somebody really tried to go there, and it took all of Atlanta. Okay, I'm. The point is, as a mother who's been through it, okay, and now I have to live to basically not protect my daughter and even my grandson because people are sick. Let's just put it out there.
Absolutely.
What's funny is that I lost my thought. What was the last thing you just said?
You said if it happened to one of our
children
on this panel,
right?
On this panel.
The funny thing about that is the law, even with the blatant this is beyond Blue's Clues. You don't have to search for the clues; it's in your face.
Right.
Even with everything in your face, and even with all the facts. Okay, because now it's beyond allegations. You have actual facts. You've had facts since 2001.
That's right.
Okay,
20 years.
So now my thing is, the law don't take it into their hands to do the right thing. But God forbid one of our children again gets hurt, and then we go ahead and take care of this son of a bitch, right? Because I just have to put myself in a position to say, like, what if it was me? Like my brother said, we can't live on with this one. I don't want to. But what if it was one of us, and then we take care of this person? Then who gets in trouble? Who gets locked up? While you still running free and ruining people's lives and ruining these little girls. And it's like, regardless of whatever we said 1,000 times, a child of a certain age does not have the mental capacity to understand that something ain't right. You saw a little 16-year-old girl that was riding for him. She was going to all his court cases. She was standing outside with newspapers saying, "Oh, no," even though it was in her face. But all she thought was, I'm a fanatic.
Yeah.
Right? I'm behind him, whatever. Right. And then what happened? He noticed her, they got close, and it took for her to actually say, I'm this close, and come to my house, and bring a bathing suit. He's doing all this. You came to his house, brought the bathing suit. Now he's telling you, model it for me, and as you walk closer, take everything off. It took for all that shit to happen for this little girl to say, I'm in trouble.
But you know what?
So my thing is like, what is it mental capacity to understand certain things, or are you just plain stupid?
Nah, but you know what?
Because it's common sense.
Listen.
Common sense ain't so common.
This is where the conversation.
And that's what's sad.
This is where the conversation got to change to education, right? And this is real talk. We got to educate, especially these young girls, the youth, a lot better, because again, when we talked about the groupie culture, because that's another culture. Groupie culture is real, all right? So when we talk about this whole groupie culture thing, bro, it's like you have to educate them early on. One, that this is just entertainment. Two, they're no different than you. They just was gifted, blessed with a talent. He could play the piano well, he could sing well. Yes, he's on TV, whatever. It's a job. And you keep instilling this type of stuff into him or whatever like that, and just the negative things that come along with being a fanatic, a fan, the negative side to all of that, being a groupie. There's so many negatives, and I've seen it, right? So you really have to educate them early on. It's very easy, you know, to get hooked on somebody that you idolize, whatever, and they could shoot somebody right in front of you, and you'll run to protect them, you know. And I've seen that type of mentality.
Absolutely.
So a lot of it comes from education. We got to educate better, because the stuff, you know, ladies, if you haven't been a part of that world, okay, I've been. So that whole groupie thing, bro, is like it is real. It is real. It is serious.
It's dangerous.
It is serious, right? And this is where it's not the entertainers' fault, because there's a lot of entertainers that are not pedophiles or whatever. They just doing their job. They just doing their job. They singing. They getting paid, and they done. But they get approached with situations, you know, and we have to talk about that side of it too. How do you stop and minimize the groupie culture, period?
Right. That's an excellent question. I wanted to underscore something that Kiss said. God have mercy on all our souls. I plead mercy from the heavens above, in the sense that God knows I've got information about members of my family. That something happened to a member of my family. And it wasn't no Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. It wasn't no, let me read the Quran. What's the spiritualism was that? It was none of that.
Right.
I'm going down Atlanta. I'm about to, and I'm a, you know.
Call from 347. Hold on one second.
I'm about to go to Atlanta. And it took my brother to say to me, to call me Junior, I see you're doing good things. He said, let me handle this, right? Because, you know, you have a more thing. Okay. God have mercy that my brother didn't find that person. I'm keeping it one, and I ain't no thug, and I ain't talking about that. So I just beg for mercy, and I beg that the righteous amongst us stand up, and we continue to have these type of conversations. Because like Kiss said, if I would have ran up on the person, wouldn't be no Dawood, wouldn't be no Deacon Wu, would be nothing. I would be so-called labeled a criminal, right? Because certain things, the way I'm building, the way you built, if somebody on this panel come and tell me something, you my family, bro. So I thank God for mercy that certain things, he lets certain cups pass from me.
No doubt.
Go ahead, caller.
Caller from the 347. State your name where you calling from. You on the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show. What's up?
What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Lucky Church calling in.
Lucky, what's good, man?
What's good, y'all? I just wanted to add a little bit to what you were saying, Norm, about the education part.
Yes.
Because, you know, speaking as a black male who myself, and a lot of black men do not talk about this in our community, but as a black male at a young age, I was sexually abused by an uncle and an aunt. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we don't talk to our kids, and we don't teach them, you know, what they should and shouldn't be doing, what they shouldn't be listening to, but we allow our children to listen to a lot of the sexualized music that comes out. And I'm not blaming the music, but there is a certain responsibility that comes from the parents and what we allow our kids to do and see without explaining these things to them. You can't avoid what your child sees in the world and hears when they go to school and they go outside. But if we do take that responsibility and start at home and break down what sex is, what is not, what is love, what is fantasy, what is entertainment, these things can help a lot. Because I think back to my childhood, and if I was raised in a household that was very strict and very religious, so it was just like, you don't question, you just shut up and you just believe God, and you don't say anything else. And I was never allowed to ask my grandparents questions about what I was going through in school. So, you know, I think that was a brilliant point that you brought up about that, because we definitely don't discuss that in our households enough, brother.
Right.
No doubt, man. We appreciate you sharing that, man, on the show, man.
Look, respect,
no doubt.
Respect.
Much love, man. Thanks for listening, man. We appreciate you, bro.
If we look back on our lives, a lot of us have questionable sexual experiences, and certainly as men, we don't talk about it. A lot of us men have some really crazy ideas about sex because of how we were introduced to sex.
Right.
And we twist it and go, you know, yeah, my teacher. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I feel for Lucky because as men, and of course, we don't talk about it. And it affects our relationships with women and our children. And the fact that we don't talk about it means that the predators out there, we're not preparing them to guard against what happened to us because we just shut up. We don't talk about it.
No doubt. Listeners, the phone lines is open. I forgot the number. Dad.
646-233-1302.
Had me tongue tied.
Yeah, it's deep, bro.
Got me thinking about some things.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to Dee Dee Graham. She said abuse has no gender. Thank you for sharing, Walter Lucky. Absolutely, we appreciate him sharing that. Shout out to I see Jeffrey Gibbons on the check-in. Dorothy Norman Rucker. Deidre Francois. She said, I want to speak out loud so bad. Deidre, please feel free.
Then speak.
Yes. Feel free. Call in.
We love you. We support you.
No doubt. Shout out to Button Tucker. Any woman who is violated by a man should be held accountable. The greatest people on this earth come through the womb. And that's why the womb is sacred. Protected by any means. You must be worthy to enter a woman's womb.
Absolutely.
No doubt. Shout out to D-Mac. D-Mac said, why do people have to attempt to compare R. Kelly to others? It appears to be an attempt to defend him. Nah, not at all. R. Kelly is the one that has a documentary out about his actions with girls. There's going to be more. There's going to be more. This was just the start. All right. So, again, I'm glad you brought that up.
The Surviving series coming to TV near you.
The Surviving series.
Yes.
So the first one, Surviving Compton, that was about Dre and Suge Knight. This one was about R. Kelly. There's another one coming, and I just hope that all of them don't just reflect us. That's all I'm saying. So by us saying that, hell no, that's not defending R. Kelly. We know he's a creep. We've been known he was a creep. He's a pedophile. Nobody's rocking with him. He's done. Hashtag mute R. Kelly. All of that. We get all of that. We get all of that. And there's going to be a lot more of these stories we are going to hear, especially now since it's becoming profitable. Hear me. That's another side to this conversation, especially now since it's becoming profitable to networks. Don't feel like, oh my God, praise Lifetime. Don't feel like that. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing too. Because I'm quite sure we would rather turn on the news and hear that R. Kelly has been arrested more so than we just want to see another documentary about what happened, why, and this and this and that. We just want to see him arrested. We just want to see justice served. So that's what I want. I want to turn on the news, whatever like that.
And see that somebody did something about it.
Yeah. All this profiting off our pain, I don't give two shits about.
Okay, so
I'm just keeping it 100.
And we know that the profiting off our pain, our misery, and our suffering has been entertainment for this country for a very, very long time. This is not a new phenomenon, and I agree with you, and I want to underline it. Look, man, I want R. Kelly put in jail and stopped. I think we got a call.
So Sparkle got a new song that she put out, and she released right after the Surviving Compton documentary. We talk about profiting. Let me show y'all. Let's read the story. Sparkle drops new single after the final episode of Surviving R. Kelly entitled We Are Ready. All right. So the Enabler drops music after the docuseries. All right. This is me personally. Say what you want. I don't care. She got to share some of that guilt. Absolutely. With the young girl that we saw in the videotapes and the sex tape with R. Kelly, that's her niece. She got to wear some of that. Because you knew.
She got to wear all that.
Listen, man.
All that.
If you see a pot of gold in the lion's den and you send your child into that den, go get that pot of gold. That's basically what it was. And you see that lion devour that child. Whose fault is it?
You
sent them into the den. Go get that pot of gold. Go in the cage and get that pot of gold. You knew it was a lion. You knew a lion would eat a human.
Right.
the fact that,
come on, man.
The fact that Sparkle.
She don't get no
dropped. She dropped a song after the last episode aired. I'll just say the sentence. You decide. It's nothing to even discuss. I mean, opportunist perhaps. So listen. People profit off of the pain and the misery and the suffering of other people. Okay, but they can't do it if we don't support them. Stuff like that needs to die on the vine. That's a very creepy thing to do.
Suffering of other people. Okay, but they can't do it if we don't support them.
All right,
stuff like that needs to die on the vine. That's that.
Caller from the 816. Hold on. Caller from the 816. State your name. Where you calling from?
My name is Mo Fagan. No.
Your name is what, sir?
Who? Ain't got no time for this. Look, man, I'm gonna start shutting y'all down for real. Y'all, when y'all calling with some nonsense, some foolishness, I'm gonna start shutting y'all down. And I can't record numbers now and everything. I actually can even see the IP addresses.
Today is not the day for prank calls.
Yeah, today ain't
don't
today.
Bother. Don't
Today's
bother.
You call some BS.
Yeah, don't.
Every day ain't the day.
But today, right now,
recording it.
Don't do that.
All right. So, and they calling back too. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, bro, you know, like she don't get no pass from me either. She don't get a pass from me.
Not at all.
You know, and now that you coming back out with music now, come on, man.
Get your ass out.
Whatever.
Sparkle who?
973. Caller from the 973. State your name. Where you calling from? Turn down your radio in the back, please.
It's the Troublemaker.
Troublemaker, what's good?
What's good, man?
What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
You had a comment. Well, a guy called in and he was saying that like everybody should go down for whatever, right?
Mm.
And he left out like the women that like he said about the women that put the false charges in.
Mm.
What about the women that put false charges in on like child support and get away with it? Shouldn't they be condemned too for that?
I think women that put false charges on anything should be condemned. And matter of fact,
make you safe because you're a female.
We actually got a story that we're going to talk about today. You know, somebody just false rape charges on a guy. Said a guy raped her, and he didn't. So I think she should see jail time as well. You know, you don't get the pass.
So what about the Me Too lady? Does she support that too? The one that looked like KRS-One?
You know what?
Does she support that?
You know what? See, bruh.
I can't.
Don't be disrespecting the Me Too lady now. She started a major worldwide movement. Everybody is beautiful in some shape or fashion in God's eyes.
My bad.
Jeez. Now what was the question? As far as the
does she play both sides of the fence? Would she support the people that does wrong on either side of the fence?
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
you talking about the Me Too?
Yeah. The Me Too movement.
What about?
Does she play both sides of the fence? I wouldn't say
where the women make false charges, does she go after them too?
I mean, why not? I mean, that's not her fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's not her fight. That's somebody else's fight, probably.
Right.
That's not her fight. That's not what she does. You know, she's trying to seek justice for the victims. You know, the victims that have been silent so long, you know, and was scared to come forward. She's trying to seek justice for them. So the other thing you're talking about is not really her fight.
Okay, so the people that come up to her and make those false accusations and then go after them, that's not her fight.
That's not her fight, though. I'm just saying that's not her platform. That's not her platform. She may pass that off, but that's not her thing.
Okay.
You know, because all that does is hurt. That hurts her movement. You know what I'm saying? When people come forth and they lie and they falsely accuse somebody, that actually hurts her movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for calling in, brother. We love you, Troublemaker.
No problem.
All right, no doubt. Let's read some comments from the chat. And again, the phone number is 646-233-1302.
Okay.
Oh, shout out! We got a brand new show starting on Wednesday. It's called Champagne Hour. And it's from 7 to 8 p.m. on BKS1 Radio Network. So you can find the show on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, WBKS1.com, the TuneIn app, all these different platforms and everything. It's called the Champagne Hour. It's just Champagne Hour, not the Champagne Hour. 7 to 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. And you get a younger perspective on just life in the world and entertainment, you know, bringing some youth into the game at BKS1 Radio. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Monique Danielle as well. Yes. And they're in the next room actually eating food and didn't bring me none. So I would have to check them after the show.
French fries in front of a fat man. Ain't that about
you know he always hungry, y'all.
Let's take this call. Caller from the 847. State your name, where you calling from. You on the Man Cave morning/afternoon show. He's about to say something stupid. I saw it coming. I just felt it.
Yeah.
I just felt it. All right.
Okay, so Dee Dee said, "No, I'm kissing. Well, I appreciate you and this topic, but I can't deal with people that appear to take this as a joke." She said she thinks people are going off topic.
Right.
Sandy says Sparkle's trying to capitalize on her guilt. Bitch, please. She's not feeling that guilty then. Walter said exactly. She dropped a single after it aired. I agree. Because you should have came out with whatever you want to talk about back then when you knew that you were dealing with a sexual predator, and even with knowing that, still brought your niece into his space. Like, girl, sit down somewhere.
Right.
Let me see. Trish said, "Hey, Sue." She said that's the first rule: food for the owner.
Yes, absolutely.
And now my phone's not refreshing.
Sandy said, Sparkle trying to capitalize off her guilt.
Yeah.
Be pleased. She's not feeling that guilty then. Oh, okay. My bad. No, initially the topic is what's the new criminal criteria to stop supporting celebrities. And you know what I'm saying, that do something
she's calling
and breaks the law. Hold on, let me see. Let me take this call. Caller from the 226. State your name, where you calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Maybe that's how 908.
Let's try it. Caller from the 908. State your name, where you calling. You're on the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show.
Hey, this is Deidre.
Hey, Deidre.
Hey, D.
Hey,
what up?
Hey.
What's up?
Okay. I have been trying to be silent. But being a survivor of child molestation, domestic abuse, mental abuse, this has resonated greatly with me. My predators were family members. And the lasting effects that it has had upon me, because it's not over, it's never over. I have to balance out what Robert is going through. But I do not justify anything that he has done. I do not justify anything that anyone around him has allowed. I do not justify anybody that's justifying him.
Amen.
Right.
This has affected each and every relationship that I have had to encounter in my young, adult, and present years. You can't say the wrong thing to me. You can't touch me the wrong way. It just brings it all back. Watching one episode of that put me back in that place. Mr. Kelly has a sickness. This is a sickness that needs to be addressed. It won't be addressed in prison, which is where he needs to go.
Right.
His sickness needs to be addressed by people that do this for a living. He is in his own little Pied Piper world where he doesn't believe that this is wrong. This is his norm. But this is not normal. And until that is addressed, unfortunately, this is going to continue. Being physically abused by men that I looked up to, that I have to look at to this day, affects me. One of the two repented, asked for forgiveness, is working on themselves. The other one says that I was the issue. How is an 8-year-old? This went from 8 to 15. How is an 8-year-old the issue? This affected my sexual health because I could not have kids because of what they did to me. This affected how I treated men sexually. I felt like if I have sex with you, he'll like me. If I have sex with you, I won't get in trouble. If I have sex with you, I'm pretty. Those are the things that I heard. It affected me. I was promiscuous because I just felt like sex is free. You're just supposed to do it. But it took until I turned 45 to have a breakdown and a breakthrough that I was able to start healing myself. And that is what it's going to take for us to speak openly, unabashedly, transparently about this in order for there to be a healing in the world. It's not just the black community, it's all communities.
Thank you for saying that.
Until we speak it, it's never going to be fixed.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Because you said two people, and one of them is working on themselves. That person that's working on themselves, can you forgive them? Is there
I
forgiveness
had to in order to start my healing.
Okay.
I had to accept and receive what they offered me in order to break through that box that I was in. I had to, because it had me bound in that. And in order to be set free, I had to look them in their eyes, address the issue, and say, I forgive you. Because at the end of the day, they're still my family member. That part doesn't go away. That's till death do us part. But do I have to deal with you on a regular basis? No. Do I feed you with a long handle spoon? Yes. But do I forgive you? Most definitely. Because you have to stand before the throne of God and deal with what you did to me.
Deidre, we thank you so much for
Absolutely.
sharing that and your transparency on the show.
Deidre,
No
first
problem.
of all, love you very much, and I am sorry that happened to you. And I appreciate the fact that you had the courage to speak it. As I've said many times on the show, just about every major relationship I've been in as an adult, the woman that I was in the relationship with was the victim of this. Some type of, either it was a family member or it was a young man, whatever. A lot of women don't talk about this. So first of all, I want to applaud you. Second of all, my mantra is, you're your decision. You're not what happened to you. So you decided to make a decision to share truth, because there are millions of women that don't speak, can't speak, are afraid to speak. There are millions of women that think they're bad, or they're wrong, or they're fast, or they're promiscuous, or they're loose. And the pain of their experience doesn't allow them to address the truth that I was not born this way. I was victimized by this. Now that silence allows predators to perpetuate this type of behavior. Because women that were the victims of this then raised children. Men that were the victims of sexual abuse have these skewed ideas of what sexuality is. And we know that the open enemy of our people uses our sexuality against us to continue to perpetuate this objectification of women, mistrust of men, the fact that our relationships can't form, that our marriages fail at a rate that we have these retarded views of sex and sexuality. Until people talk about it openly, with courage and without judgment.
You know what?
I thank you for doing that, because I'm so sick and tired of victims being blamed for being victimized.
Absolutely.
And I still haven't figured
I'm glad
mine.
you said that, Wu, about people talking about it openly with courage, whatever. And my thing is, what I don't like is when somebody tries to talk about it and you shut them down. With your view, with your opinion about this, whatever.
That's why did it happen?
You cannot dictate how somebody else's story went,
or when they tell that story.
Yes,
or when they tell it.
True indeed.
When they tell it, you waited too long.
And we got to stop shutting people down. We have to listen to what they have to say, and listen, comprehend, and try to understand. You don't know how I'm feeling right now that Deidre really shared that, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling some type of way.
All in our families, bro.
And I tell you one thing,
because that's courage to me.
I tell you one thing. As much as I talk about it now, I've talked about this to certain people back in the day, but now, when with me being older and understanding that it wasn't my fault, it's even harder knowing that I know that, but yet I still haven't forgiven. And there's something in my heart, I guess, because I was so small, and thinking of the reasons, like, why. Because I know I didn't do anything at 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? At these ages, what do you do? And the only source of relief that I got was them telling me that both these men have gone on. That was the only bit of relief that I got, was somebody saying, "Oh, you know, so and so passed away." It was a relief for me, but I still hold that heaviness because I never had a chance to say, "You a nasty son of a bitch." I never had a chance to say it. You know what I mean? The last one, my mother spoke for me, and that was dealt with how it was dealt with.
Not only nasty, but sick.
Like, you know, for a woman to be able to hold that all these years and not be able to ask the questions why, or to even see a person repent, or to even say, "I'm sorry." At least give me the "I'm sorry." You know what I mean? You just died, so I'm just like, oh, okay, great. Now I know they can't harm anybody else, but that just sits with me.
If I may, I know we gotta go. Tell your truth. If that shit happened 20 years ago, tell it. If it happened yesterday, tell it. People are going to play your hate. They're going to call you names. They're going to say you're an opportunist. They're going to say you fat. Why you wear that? You must have wanted it. You just trying to go after him because he has money. He's this and he's that. But guess what? There may be one person that hears your truth, that you give the truth, that allows them to tell the truth so that we can put an end to it. The fact that we don't talk about it and the fact that we silence people is why predators keep continuing. So no matter when it happened, they're going to talk shit about you anyway. You're going to be attacked anyway. Be attacked with the truth on your lips so that these monsters could be put in the dirt where they freaking belong.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody, man, that's just been tuned in today, and the abundance of calls that we weren't able to even answer because, you know, you can't cut somebody off when they're sharing their story.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I want to thank Walter Lucky Church for calling and sharing his story. Shout out to Deidre sharing her story and everything. And we're going to continue to have more dialogues like this on the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show on BKS1 Radio. This is what we do. Because again, you know, it's like our mantra. We're not ending the show, but you know, when we say the show is not really about us, it's all about you.
Absolutely.
And that's real talk. And so, DJ, we thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Love you, D. Appreciate you.
Love you guys.
All right, take care. Wow, deep, man, real deep. And we're gonna have a.
I'm feeling some type of way.
Yeah. Tomorrow show we gonna slide off more or less R. Kelly and just talk about some other things. But the topic is so hot, and I guess the most positive thing that R. Kelly did was get us talking about this issue. You know, about victims, finding solutions. That's the. I hate to say that's the most positive side of this whole thing with the documentary and all of this. He's getting us to talk.
Again, what you're seeing,
as sick as he is,
you're seeing America mature. Right? You're seeing America mature. So if you look at the Me Too movement, if you look at Black Lives Matter, now you're looking at R. Kelly, right? If you look at our president, who puts children in concentration camps, if you look at the fact that people don't have clean water to drink, I have to say thank you for these devils for bringing these things to light. Because now that they've been brought to life, what are we going to do about it? Just saying.
No doubt. All right, so we got to conclude, man. It's like we got to do a part two.
We were talking about this shit all day.
Somehow, some way, we got to do a part two. But shout out to everybody that was on the check-in today on the Man Cave Morning / Afternoon Show. We want to thank y'all for joining us. We had so many other things to discuss.
No, we were supposed to talk about this.
Disc grew legs.
Yeah, of course.
And ran off to a whole other direction, bro.
Yeah, but here. That's why we're here.
It is what it is, man. Wow, this is rough. Share this show out with somebody, man, that may need to hear this. We want to thank everybody, and just remember, this show is never about us.
It's always about you,
because
you are the next best kept secrets. Kind of forever.
On a positive note, February 10th is going down at the Zulu Bar. 437 Main Street,
West Orange, New Jersey.
My
neck of the woods.
February 10th, it's the ultimate day party. It's the Aquarian birthday bash. It is my birthday, people. Come out and celebrate with us.
Birthday.
It's our Who Owns the Mic open mic. Come out and celebrate with us. It's going to be multiple DJs in the building that night. It's going to be a lot of fun, live performances, everything you know how we do. Grown and sexy at the Zulu Bar, February 10th. From 4 to 9 p.m. It's the ultimate day party. Come out, have some fun with us. We got to laugh now.
We gotta laugh now.
We gotta have some fun. We gotta party. The last time we was at the Zulu Bar, shoot, Monique Danielle came up in there and Champagne came up in there and they was like, oh, they was rocking out.
Clap that up, sir.
Yes. So you got to come out and celebrate with us. We're going to have a real good time that day. Trust me, it's definitely going to be epic. If you thought the holiday party was nice, this is definitely going to be epic. Come out, have a blast with us. February 10th, day party, 4 to 9 p.m. Zulu Bar.
Dig it.
All right? So we see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Have me watering up in this piece.
Love y'all.
Same. But real talk, we love y'all. Peace. We out.
See you tomorrow.